Hi, Tony here. Welcome to a very quick update on the channel and to unveil my new bike. I very rarely do channel update videos, largely because of the way that I think my content is consumed. Because it is predominantly reviews, people tend to search for a particular subject, find that, watch a video, maybe comment it, but they don't often feel the need to subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that, but having said that, I'm also getting very close to 20,000 subscribers. Now, when I started doing this several years ago, I never thought I would get anywhere near that kind of number of subscribers. So I want to say to all of those people out there that have subscribed to the channel, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being engaged in the comment sections. Thank you for getting involved in other social media activities as well. It really is appreciated by me. As I say, I never thought I would ever get to this level. Although it may seem small to some other channels, I'm really happy with it. I've had a nice organic growth as I've gone through this process, and there's a lot of people that I know that sort of regularly watch the videos and regularly comment, and thank you for that. However, to put some context to some future videos coming through, I thought it was worthwhile giving you a quick update. So I've got the same kind of reviews, product reviews and bike reviews coming through. In terms of products, I've got 3 laminate suits on test at the moment. One from RST towards the bottom end of the price range, one from Wolf in the middle section, and one from the very top end at Climb. So those will be coming through. There's gloves to go with those as well. I've been wearing my Knox also gloves through the summer. They've been absolutely fantastic, so I'll bring you a quick review on those. There's also going to be some comms videos. Senna have very kindly lent me a couple of units. So we've got the 50S, which is on my Shoei Hornet adventure helmet at the moment, and also the 5S, which is the sort of budget end of their range, but has got some fantastic new features. And I'm going to be fitting that to the Shoei Glampster because I've had quite a lot of people asking me if it's possible to fit comms units to the Glampster helmet, so that one will be coming up soon. Following the unfortunate incident with my Insta360-1R, I've now got a replacement 360 module that's come through, so that's back up and running, and I'll put some more content on that. The next one is probably going to be looking at various ways that you can mount this to your motorcycle. I'm also hoping to be able to announce a couple of build projects. I know that a lot of people followed my channel and subscribed to my channel because of the Street Twin content. So I'm talking to a couple of people trying to get something off the ground with another build project. So that's something to watch out for. I've also kicked off another project that's been rattling around in my head. So last week saw the first or the pilot episode of Tony's Tiny Tours that was released, and if you haven't seen that, I'll put a link in the end credits for you. It's a longer video than usual, but it's a kind of a mix of a bike review, a vlog, documentary and kind of travel. Now, I love watching the motorcycle travellers on YouTube. People like Norley on the Itchy Boots channel, Ed on C90 Adventures, Kinga with On Her Bike. There's a lot of really good content out there with these people that are travelling around the world, showing us things that we wouldn't normally get to see. Now, they're well-established channels, so I'm expecting you've already seen those. If you haven't, I'll put links in the description to those channels so you can go away and have a look. Now, as aspirational and as entertaining as those videos are, the reality is for a lot of us riders, we can't just drop everything and disappear around the world for several months at a time. We can live vicariously through those other channels, but what I thought is maybe I could put some content out there which is more accessible for the everyday rider. So most of us would only have, apart from holidays, maybe one day or a weekend where we can get out and ride. So I thought I'd look at some routes which incorporate nice riding roads, plus also some interesting sites, whether they're historical sites or whatever they may be. But along the route we can look at those and visit those places. We can talk about the bike if I do it on different bikes as much as I can, and we can kind of incorporate a bit of a review about that. And it's all going to be stuff that can be done within a day or at most 2 days with one overnight stop. The first video had a really good response. I'm really happy with the response that you guys gave me to that. It seemed to be a format that people liked. So I'm going to continue to do those, and I'm in the process of planning the next few of those. The big elephant in the room, of course, as I highlighted at the beginning and in the title of this video, is that I have changed my bike. So to find out what I've gone for, let's head over to our roving reporter. And that is this. The KTM 790 Adventure. Now, before people start harassing me in the comment section, I'm not here to put a downer on my old Tiger 800. It was a fantastic bike, but I was looking for a change. It was coming up to 3 years old. It was due a big service, and I want something a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller, but I still wanted that off-road capability. I've been lucky enough to try a few bikes over the last few months, and this was the bike that stood out for me as the one that I could make the change to. The Africa Twin DCT was very high on my list, as was the Tiger 900, and the Tenere featured in there as well. But one of the other hurdles that I had was the cost. Now, I didn't have a lot of money to throw into this at all, and the Africa Twin and the Tiger 900 obviously both being new bikes. There's not many of those around on the used market, but this is where this one cropped up. It came from my local dealer, Jim Aim. It was in fantastic condition. It'd been a bike that they'd supplied from new. It'd been fully serviced, and it was clean as a whistle. And the good thing about buying this used was once I'd sold my Tiger 800, I only had a few £100s to put in to be able to pick this up. I've now got the remainder of the manufacturer's warranty on it, and it doesn't need MOT for a while, and it's just been serviced by the dealership, so I don't have to think about that for a year either. So all of those things financially made a difference, but it's also the performance of the bike that really does make a difference for me. Now, one thing that's very evident when you ride this bike is the weight. It's 189 kilos, so it did feel lighter than the Tiger. The triple motor in the Tiger is a really good engine, very smooth, very flexible, but I quite fancied going back to a twin, and the parallel twin in here is quite small and compact, and that's allowed KTM to put these strange fuel tanks on. But that really does make a difference when you're riding. It really improves the balance of the bike, and the centre of gravity is just so much lighter. Instead of having all the fuel up here when you've got a full tank sloshing around, it's right down here at the same level of the engine, and that really does make a big difference. Now, I've already mentioned Tony's Tiny Tours in the video earlier on, and coming from that will be a trip that I've got planned. Was hoping to do that this year. COVID has knocked that on the head. So I'm hoping to do it next year, but that's a trip out to Poland to visit the site where my father was a prisoner of war in World War II. The site is still there. Some of the huts that were used are still on that location. It's now the Polish Prisoner of War Museum. It's something I've been wanting to go to for a long time, and it just struck me as like, well, actually, why don't I do this on the bike? So in order to get to that with this bike, the idea was to start adding accessories, modifying it and getting it ready for touring. The sharp-eyed amongst you that know this bike already will notice there's a couple of changes on here which will be coming up very soon. So there's a screen, I've got some luggage capabilities, there's a few other bits and pieces. So over the coming months there'll be a series of videos just detailing the bits that I'm changing, why I'm changing them, why they're useful, and just generally setting this bike up for some touring. So if that's the sort of thing that you're interested in, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and then you'll be notified when those new videos come through. So that's it really, same bike reviews and gear reviews as I've always done. We've got the Tony's Tiny Tours element coming through. There's a couple, as I say, of custom build projects on the horizon, and a series of video with this bike. So lots to get on with. I'm going to be a busy boy, and whilst the weather is still sunny and there's blue skies, I'm going to get out for a ride before it gets grotty. So all I want to say is thanks for watching, and until next time, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.